Friends don't let friends know more about Bitcoin than you do. Let's get into the process of how addresses are actually generated in Bitcoin. The cool thing is that this process is just based on math and actually you can generate an address without being connected to the internet at all. Let's jump into it. So everything is based on this curve that you see right here, which is derived from this function that you see on the screen, but that's not the important part. This is the important part. Capital K, which is the public key, is equal to lowercase k, which is just any random number between 0 and 2 to the 256, multiplied by a constant point g. Now g is constant for every single Bitcoin address, and this is the exact parameters of the x and y coordinates of g for every Bitcoin address. Basically, it's any number multiplied by that. So let's do an example, and here we'll use this number, which you can call 72 quintillion or something like that. When we're multiplying g by something, what we're doing is drawing a tangent across point g. It is proven that there's only one point that will intersect from a tangent on any point on the curve. And then you reflect that point across the x-axis, it's symmetrical, and that's how you get 2g. You do the same for 3g, you do the same for 4g, and so on and so forth until you get to the 72 quintillion or whatever multiplied times g. The point is that this is really easy to do. I mean, it's just a procedure that you do over and over when you're finding out the public key from the private key, but it's basically impossible to do if you're trying to figure out the private key from the public key. Once you derive that public key, you just have to run it through some hashing functions to generate a public address that you can use so people send funds to it, and you can sign the transactions with your private key, which gives the system basically mathematical certainty that you are the only person that was able to generate that public key through that private key generation system. The cool thing is that this is math from the 80s. You don't even have to be connected to the internet to actually generate a private key. And that's how the security of the entire system is derived. So yeah, definitely, if you like this type of content, subscribe. And yeah, let's get to know the system better so we can leverage it to our advantage.